terrific. Kevin's a very, Kevin is, he's been an actor for such a long time, about 95 years apparently. Certainly when you're going around Atlanta with Kevin, everybody knows Kevin, because I think Kevin has been in movies for such a long period of time, since Animal House in the, early 80s. So I think a lot of people feel like they've grown up with Kevin, and he's very beloved. I think it's at that, and that's another one of the reasons I wanted to do this pilot, was to work with Kevin, because I figured it would be a successful pilot because of that. When we first read together, it was good. I mean, Kevin is an actor's actor, so he's not going to play any tricks or games. He just wants to get the scene good. And of course, that's, for me, that's all it's ever about, is can we get the scene right? So we did a load of different scenes, but all put together, and made them into one big scene. And it was just a joy. It was just good working with him. It was clear that we would have a relationship, and it was clear that we understood where we were both coming from, and it was nothing more complex than let's nail this scene. So that was, I think, that's where the chemistry comes from. And it's not so much, it's not rocket science. It's just, serve the writer, do the scene. Is it great? Yeah, move on. Well, Joe Carroll is, in the pantheon of serial killers that we've watched on TV or in movies. He's kind of more terrifying than any of the ones that I've ever seen, because his super objective is much more than just the next victim. Most of them, whether it be Xavier Bardem's character in No Country for Old Men, or Hannibal Lecter, or most of them, it's about the next victim, whereas he's not just about the next victim. His super objective is much further down the line. It's not just about tomorrow, it's not just about the next victim, it's about what happens next week, next month, next year, 2 years, 5 years' time. And he's planned it all. He spent 10 years in prison planning his entire master plan. And it's much more scary than one first realizes in the pilot. As the pilot progresses, you realize what he's doing, and as you realize what he's doing, the consequences of it are really bone-chilling and terrifying. Oh, I've read a lot of Edgar Allan Poe. I'm very familiar with Edgar Allan Poe, and I'm fascinated by him. I've been reading all of his works, obviously, up to this point. In his poetry, and he is a master of the macabre and a master of suspense, and there is a great deal of things that Ryan Hardy does in the way that he kills people. He's very obsessed with eyes, for example. He cuts out girls' eyes quite a lot. The Telltale Heart, The Black Cat, these are short stories by Edgar Allan Poe that are particularly interesting in terms of the eyes being the windows to the soul, and the eyes as a motif. So and eyes often run all the way through a lot of Edgar Allan Poe's work, and what they mean to him, and what they mean to killers who have seen things, or people who have seen killers, and how they can be identified, and all those sort of things. So it becomes very interesting as a motif. And Ryan Hardy too is kind of fascinated by that. As I say, it's an exciting thing working out. I mean, I do think there is an old cliche now that a lot of the best writing is being done for television nowadays in America, and I think that is sort of true to a certain extent. There are indie films and they're interesting, but unfortunately, until the American public stop going to see sequels and remakes, the studios will keep making sequels and remakes, and originality will always take it will be pushed to the back of the stove. But that's down to the American public. It's not really down to the people who make the movies.
The Following ファーストシーズン2月5日発売。The Following ファーストシーズン2月5日レンタル開始。